Welcome to my class. In this particular class, we will talk about history of Internet. History. In 1960s, the Department of Defense USA gave permission to one of its wing, that is Advanced Research Project Agency (ARPA), to create a network of information. So in 1960s, the Department of Defense USA gave permission to one of its wing, Advanced Research Project Agency. In 1970s, the ARPA, Advanced Research Project Agency, developed a network of 4 computers and named as Advanced Research Project Agency Network, that is ARPANET. That has evolved into today's gigantic Internet. Look, we started with only 4 computers, which has resulted into millions of computers. A network of 4 computers, it has grown up to billions of computers, and that big network is Internet. Just a network of 4 computers, it has resulted into billions of computers connected to each other, and that gigantic network is Internet. This is the actual map. Advanced Research Project Agency Network, ARPANET. University of California, Los Angeles. University of California, Santa Barbara. University of Utah and Stanford Research Institute. 4 computers were established in these 4 areas, and for the first time in the history, these computers were connected to each other. They started communicating with each other, and it resulted into one particular network, and that was named as ARPANET, Advanced Research Project Agency Network. And this happened in the year 1969. 4 computers were connected to each other at 4 different places. This is the actual map where the red dots reveals that these 4 computers were connected at these places. UCLA refers to University of California, Los Angeles. UCSB refers to University of California, Santa Barbara. 4 computers were connected to these 4 places. Now, what are the objectives of ARPANET? Why this ARPANET was designed? This ARPANET was designed to achieve the following objectives. The first one is the information network would continue to function even if one of the many of the computers in the network failed. It means if some of the computers in the network failed, the network should not stop. It should be designed on this particular base. ARPANET should keep on working even if some of the computers in the network failed. Second objective, information network had to use different types of hardware and software. It means the hardware does not belong to only one company, or the software does not belong to only one company. Number of companies, they can produce different types of hardware and software, and ARPANET should be in a position to make use of any of the hardware or any of the software. The third objective is the information network had to be able to automatically reroute data traffic around non-functioning parts of the network. If on some of the path there is too much of traffic, then the system must be designed in such a way that the data is automatically transferred to some other routes so that the information flow is not affected. Fourth and the last objective is the network had to be a network of networks rather than a network of computers. In the very beginning, the designer of ARPANET thought of that it shall not be only one network, rather it should be such a network that which can include number of other networks. So ARPANET was designed in such a way that it can become a network of different networks. Now look, from a network of 4 computers in 1960s, Internet has resulted into gigantic network of millions of computers throughout the world. Nobody thought about it that one day we will not be able to live without it. Although the original aim of this research work was to serve the information needs of the US military, it was soon used by other purposes. Other universities and research and commercial organizations soon began to use this technology to create their own networks of computers. Another important factor in the rapid development of this computer networking technology was the inclusion of TCP/IP protocol. TCP refers to Transmission Control Protocol, IP refers to Internet Protocol. TCP/IP protocol, it was included in the Unix operating system, and Unix operating system was quite popular at that time. The benefits of TCP/IP protocol led to the creation of more computer networks at different places. These networks began to connect to each other. At one point of time, there was only one computer network, that is ARPANET. Soon many computer networks appeared. Eventually, all these individual networks using TCP/IP protocols were interconnected and they formed a bigger network referred to as the Internet, or more simply the net. Look, originally with 4 computers, it was designed to cater to the information needs of defense personnel and government departments in the US. Since 1994, Internet has been transformed to serve the world community. Thank you very much.